All right, you guys, welcome everyone. I am Tana Scoulet, Presidential Diamond Leader, and joining me tonight are two beautiful ladies, Chelsea Cooper and Miranda Yesaki. I said that right? Triple Diamonds. And we're super excited for this, you guys, because we have so many new team members who have joined us. And honestly, all right, there's like 64 people that's on so far. We always know people come on as we go. And we just wanted to just come together and just give you guys some great tips and tricks on how to get started and how to really get your business rocking. Because let's face it, we all join and we have no idea what we're doing. It's like anything. It's like learning how to walk or learning how to read. And, you know, I chatted with these beautiful ladies and we thought it'd be great to get together and do this Zoom. And yeah, I am just really looking forward to this because these two ladies are rock stars and they have some great tips, and myself included. And so Miranda is going to get started for us, and she's going to chat first, and then if you guys have any questions, feel free to type away. I asked in the team pages if anyone had questions for us tonight. But please, if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask, please let us know, and we will do our best to answer everyone. Because honestly, you guys, we're like, seriously, what I love so much about what we do is that you're never alone in this business. You know, you always have people there for you who want to work with you, who, you know, want to help you succeed. And whether your goal is to make $500 a month, $5,000 a month, $30,000 a month, or whatever your goals are, you can totally do it with this business. So, Miranda, my dear, your turn.
Okay, pressure is on. So I'm the queen of keeping things simple. Like, I think that that's really like where my biggest strength is. When we start this, it's really, really, really easy to overcomplicate it because it's unlimited if you think about it, right? There's so many different personalities. There's so many different speeds. You can make unlimited amount of money. And so with that, it doesn't stop, right? But please, like, kind of take a perspective back and think, like, if you had keys to a restaurant, like if I handed it to you right now, to Miss Melissa, because she just commented, Melissa, go run this restaurant right now. She's probably going to lose her crap because there's no way she's going to know how to do inventory and payroll and location, right? It's complicated. It's the same thing with this, but a whole lot easier. We have a full-on business, and it really is what you make out of it. So we all join this for a reason, whether it is for a hobby money, right? $100 a month, go get your nails done, or crazy like somebody like me, where I've completely retired both my husband and I, and we work it full time, right? But please know, whatever speed you are, it's okay. It's just that you want to have that clear goal when you start and communicate with your leader, because we don't know unless you tell us. And so, like, if somebody were to tell me, hey, I just want to make $100 a month, oh my gosh, they just went in my car. Then it'll be a whole lot easier for me to know that ahead of time versus me putting too much on them, right? So please just let your leader know in the beginning. And then just know that quitting needs to be taken out of the equation from the beginning.
Yes.
We're so set up in our heads to like instantly think, well, I'll just try this, and if it doesn't work, I'm just going to quit. Well, you've already technically quit, and so that needs to just be taken out. It is a business that is self-motivating, so to speak, but please know, like, you started it for a reason. That reason doesn't go away, right? So whether it is to help with paying your car each month, would you rather work this business using your phone and being home with your babies, or going to get a second job, right? That doesn't go away. So put quitting out of the equation from the get-go. Like, you're going to set yourself to fail if you don't. And I always tell this to my leaders, and I make sure to say it now, definitely all the time, because I actually have a leader that did this. Even if you rank once a year, which is incredibly slow, you are an ambassador in 8 years making $35,000 a month. So please, like, give yourself that time and that patience, right? A lot of people will look in and watch you and Facebook stalk you and just like kind of, because so many people quit this early on. And so if you're working your business, social media, or in person, just know you're having stalkers. I did that, like, to my person. They're just going to see if you quit. And so you've planted all those seeds with your posts and whatnot, and you just did the job for somebody else because you quit. Now they're going to go sign up with somebody else. So yes, that's a big one. Number two, in the beginning, once you know what amount you want to make each month, you need to decide, are you going to be working your business social media or in person? There is two differences. It is very, very different. It is very similar to like an online college class, right? You go take an online class, it's going to be a lot of work. Your 5-minute conversation in class is going to take you 2 hours at home because you need perfect words, you need all this, right? It is the same thing with this. You're going to do more behind the scenes stuff, work in social media, than doing things in person. So just kind of rock what you're good at. Just know that if you're going to do social media, you're going to have more behind the scenes stuff. That should also be communicated to your leader so that we know how to like train you. So when I have a newbie, I usually ask, how much money do you want to make each month? And then I break it down. I said, okay, well, this is kind of a rough little pattern. Now divide it into 4 for 4 weeks out of the month. So like if your goal is, let's say, Ruby, a lot of people has the Ruby one. You're looking at what? 5 distributors. That's basically a distributor a week and 400 group volume each week. And so if you break it down, it's a lot more simple too. So
that's awesome.
Why am I so nervous? I do these things all the time.
You're awesome. I love it. I'm sorry. It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention to you. I had a couple people messaging me, and I hate when someone's talking and I have a guest on and I'm not on my phone. So sorry, I was just replying to, I'm here.
No, you're
amazing. But everything that you said was so spot on because, again, I have a lot of girls who love doing vendor events, right? And they love doing parties. And then I have people who love social media. And then I have people who love doing one-on-ones, right? And anyone can do great at anything. You don't have to do everything. You know, remember, I always like to say, you can do anything, but you can't do everything, right? I forget who said that. I think Cammie said that. Someone said that, right? But the coolest thing with this business is that anyone can do it if you're willing to learn and to, like Miranda said, take quitting off the table. It's, if you come in and you're like, oh, I'm going to give this 2 months, see how it goes. Okay, you're already giving yourself an option, right? And if you come in and you really need this and you want this and you are really willing to work with your leaders and you really need this, you can just be a total rock star. I mean, anyone can do it. So I love that what you said there. Anything else you wanted to add or anything? Does anyone have any questions? Please ask questions in the chat while we chat.
Not really. It's just know that if all of you guys are here, you have a leader, right? We made all the mistakes for you. And so please lean on some of that. Like we don't, that's why we do these. That's why we make the cheat sheets and everything, is so that you guys don't have to make the same mistakes that we had to go through. And so please lean on that also, but really just kind of give yourself some patience and understanding. You're not going to learn this overnight. It's impossible to learn it overnight, literally impossible. And just break it into little baby steps, know what you want, and just have that clear vision. And I am going to say something that's different, is that please also have the balance to take care of you too.
Yes.
We kind of, like, I don't know how to turn my off button on sometimes, but take a minute, and just like, woo, and, read a self-development book or go spend time with your family and everything. If you're working 24/7 on your phone, then you're doing it wrong. I know that some don't want to hear that, but you should have balance or you're going to burn yourself out. Try to keep it simple. I know when I first started, I wanted to create all these groups and I wanted to do all these big, huge block parties, and you don't need a group. You have one. You got to think about your time management, right? Like you want to have things that make you money. So creating groups, doing all this paperwork stuff and watching 5 million videos a day is not technically making you money. At the end of the day, it's talking to people. So do the people thing first, see what time you have left, and then go about your day so that you have that balance and you don't feel like you're running around your head cut off. So that's really it. I've learned to try to scale back a little bit and do that.
That's awesome. And you know what? It's so true because I'm so go all the time too. And I like to keep things simple to everybody too, because I always tell people, your Can you guys make sure you're muted? I feel like someone's talking. I don't hear that.
That was at that point in time when you left it
Oh,
off.
someone's talking. I'm going to mute you all right now. And then I'm going to unmute Miranda. Okay, sorry. Otherwise, there's so much background noise. But I know for me, your first goal is to get those 5 customers, you guys. You're going to get a shopping spree. And I mean, that was my first goal, and I was so excited about it. And I thought I was going to join and everyone was going to support me right away, right? But people need to see that you are in this. You're excited, you're committed, you're passionate about what you're doing, and you have a big why. Because people want to support people who are excited and they have goals, right? If someone's just kind of does it for a month and they're not really around, I always tell people, if you're expecting people to be excited, you need to be excited and be consistent in talking about it. So Kayla was talking over here about planning get-togethers. Honestly, if you're on social media, a lot of times if you have to grow your network, take the time. Because I know for me, I started with a network, but again, I also had to, find out who was interested, and, you never know who's interested. I would say every single person is a potential in this business. I just ask people. I tell people I've done parties since day one. I've done one-on-ones. People have canceled on me. People haven't showed up, but that's just normal with anything, you guys. So please don't get discouraged if someone says no. Don't get discouraged if someone doesn't reply back right away. People are busy. People have jobs. People have kids. So honestly, just really don't get discouraged. Keep asking people. Keep talking about it. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Getting those LCs is amazing. So Chelsea, I'm going to read through these if you want to get started on what you were going to chat about.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys. I am Chelsea Cooper. If you're on my team, this is going to be a little repetitive. And if you're not, maybe you'll learn something new. All right. So Miranda hit the nail on the head there, guys. Like when you're getting started here, I understand, like, here's the thing. We're used to kind of being at that job, right? Where we have a manager telling us what to do and we're getting paid hourly, right? Whether we're working hard or not, you're flexing a seat or you're standing at a job, right? You're making money. Business is a little different. You're going to get paid off your work ethic. So if somebody, is paying you $10 to go dig a hole, there's going to be some people that'll spend the week digging 100 holes. And there's some people that are going to get paid for digging 1 hole, but the paycheck's going to be different. Hopefully that makes sense. So really it comes down to, if you want to make a large paycheck and you want to change your life in that sense, income wise, you have to help a lot of people. So we can't really look at people as dollar signs. It's not about how many people can we sign up today in that sense. It's how many people can we help today? Because whenever you put helping others in the front line of your business is going to flourish and succeed, okay? And this is not going to happen overnight. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is something that you're growing over time. So you're going to lay the groundwork in the beginning. Not saying your first year you can't promote. I went double diamond in my first year, right? And I didn't even promote until about like 5 months into my business. It took me a little while to get going. And I know some people are like, well, I'm still, here and I've been here like a year. I'm still at this one rank and I've been in the business a year or two. Then you need to do something different. You need to just talk to more people. 3 simple things that I say: grow your network, talk to people, make sure you're showing that you're open for business. That's it. That's literally the 3 steps to do this business. That's it. Showing you're open for business by posting. Just because you're posting doesn't mean that you're working your business. You're just showing. We don't have, a store that has an open sign. We are the walking, talking store, right? So if your mouth is closed, your business is closed. If you're not telling your story, who you are, and I'll talk about that in a second. If you're not talking about who you are every single day in different ways, then people have no idea. And the thing is when you're telling your story, you sprinkle it works into it. You talk past, present, and future, not necessarily meaning like go air dirty laundry on Facebook or anything, but who are you? I always say, brand yourself. What are 3 to 5 things that represent who you are? That's you. That's your brand. Talk about that. Write that down and find different ways to talk about this during the day, okay? And then also you're going to sprinkle it works and the products into that naturally. Okay, and I wanted to talk a little bit about, mindset. In a sense, you have to believe that you're going to succeed. You have to envision yourself already at the top, because I'm going to tell you right now, tough times are going to happen. You're going to be in the trenches. That happens to people when they're going through trying to gain success. Success is not like this. It's not a straight uphill battle. It is a battle, right? You're going to go through loopholes. And Coach Mark said it best. I think we were in Dallas. He said, you're going to hit those slumps where you feel like this, but you turn them into loop-de-loos, like a roller coaster. That's what you do. That's how success works, whether it's in this business or you doing something else. It's an awkward feeling and it can be frustrating, but it's meant to be because it's worth having, right? So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. And then social media, I kind of want to talk to you guys. I utilize Instagram and Facebook, and I always talk to people out and about. I'm always rocking my It Works gear. It speaks for itself. It allows people to really gravitate towards you and kind of be that icebreaker. I kid you not, we were leaving Tampa from Green Carpet, and I had 6 people, 3 coming into Tampa, and then 3 as we were leaving Tampa asked me, wait, you hate money, what? Because of our I Hate Money shirt. Instant conversation starter. And people were just like, what is that? What? Are you confused? Like, why would you hate money? And of course, in the fine print, it says no one ever. But that opened the gateway for me to, I mean, I'll talk to a brick wall if it talks back. But for some people that are maybe a little more introverted, wearing your gear and just kind of having that, It Works, I don't know, positive array about you is going to help you a lot. And it's going to be an icebreaker for you. So that's what we call a blitz when you're just talking to people. Social media now, kind of mix all these together, right? Your business should be your baby. It's a part of you. So social media, make sure you're telling your story on there every day. You want your photos to be very bright and inviting. This doesn't mean go to Pinterest or Google and get these graphic made images. That's salesy and spammy, and that's not what we want to be. I always say we don't want to be the ShamWow guy, like the late night infomercial, buy this for $9.99. Like, we don't want to be that guy. But what you do want to be is yourself. Those 3 to 5 things that I said represent who you are. That's what you want to share every day. That's your brand in your commercial, essentially. So what you want to do is download a couple of these apps that I utilize. My team knows what they are, but if you guys have never been on a Zoom before, you may not know. Cleaner. Cleaner is an amazing app, CLEANER. Now that is going to allow your numbers, following and followers, to really look good. Why does that matter in social media marketing? Because it makes you look like a person of influence. So if your followers are higher than your following, that makes you look like a person of influence. So more people will gravitate towards you. Whereas if it just looks like you're following 10,000 people and only one person's following you, people are going to be like, okay, what's up with that? Like, what's going on? So I say all this to say, growing your network. You can go to the search page on Instagram. You can grow a team in Timbuktu if you want to. You can go to Australia. Start looking for people in these places, right? Make sure that they have an inviting photo. Don't just go add somebody or follow somebody that has like an anime photo. Like, do you. That's cool if you like anime, but you want to make sure they have like an actual profile picture, okay? Check their page too and make sure they're not already a distributor, of course, or with another company, because we don't roll that way. We, are people of integrity. So we stick to that. And when you're growing your network, that following number can grow really high. So what I do is I grow my network throughout the week. I go into this Cleaner app and I make sure I unfollow everybody that's not following me. Okay. This one is an amazing app. It has not been flagged. It is good to go. So you should be fine. You shouldn't go to Instagram jail with that. But just make sure your followers and following, are either level or your followers are higher than your following. Sounds silly, but it's social media marketing. That's kind of how it works. Another app is PicsArt, Picsart. That's going to be great for layering. So if you ever see a distributor that has like a photo of them on their phone and it shows like their weekly bonus or something kind of in the top right corner from an email, that's how they're doing that. You can fade different things in and out. You can blend them. It's a very, very cool app. Okay, another one, WordSwag, WordSwag. That's great for font. Okay, so different types of font that you want to put on photos, or if you want to write up your own little quote, that's something amazing to utilize. PicTapGo, PicTapGo, filters that you can kind of layer on photos. You can create your own recipes. So the importance of this, guys, is you kind of want to find what looks great to you, what you like on your feed. So if you're looking at Instagram or pictures you're sharing on Facebook, do they kind of all flow? So that's something you kind of want to look at. So PicTapGo is great for that. I'm sorry, I was going to check the chat really quick because I know you guys have a ton of questions. Oh, thank you guys for typing. The first app, Karen got it. Yeah, please.
Yeah, those are great apps.
Put your questions below for sure. All right. And then what else was I going to tell you guys? All right. So 3 bread and butter questions that I ask people when it comes to like product. So what I say is, talk to me about your overall health goals, because then I have an idea of truly what they need, right? Some people may think they want the wraps. Maybe they're not completely educated that the wraps aren't there just to burn fat. That's not what they do, right? They're there to tone, tighten, and firm. Okay. So this is going to allow you to really, oh, can you guys mute yourself? Sorry.
I'm muting and I'm unmuting you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Teamwork. Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work. What was I saying? I don't remember. What was I saying? Anybody? Dan, do you remember what I was saying? Oh, 3 bread and butter questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your overall health goals? Because now what's going to happen is they're going to tell you kind of like what they're doing, how much weight they want to lose, if they have allergies, like just they're going to open up to you. Okay. And then another one is going to be like, tell me what your current activity level is and tell me what your current meals look like. Okay, so right here, you're already making it about them. It's always all about the customer, always. And then this is just kind of going to allow you to pinpoint exactly where you should direct them with product. And don't ever assume that only like people can only afford one thing. That's not up to us to assume, and that's really rude to assume that. And you guys know, you probably know now, you can customize a pack for people. So I always put like 3, if I don't say like go check out, let's check out the Fit 15 or something, I will personally customize a pack for people with at least 3 to 4 products that would gear towards them and what they need now that they told me their goals. Okay, so going from that, if I send them all 4 of those products and they're like, oh, well, that's a little too expensive, I say, no problem at all. The cool thing with this is like, we can literally customize this to fit your budget. Like, it's awesome. Why don't we pull this? You can try it next month. And then you still have 3 products. Our products are meant to be utilized and married together. Of course, they work great by themselves, but A, you're going to get higher volume, larger sale. B, they are actually going to be able to hit their health goals quicker because they're utilizing the products, right, together. And then C, it's just a win-win for everybody. So those 3 questions are like my bread and butter questions I ask everybody. I usually know how the conversation is going to go every single time with that. And voice chat. Please get comfortable voice chatting, because that will be the thing that makes it real for you and the other person. They're hearing your voice, they're hearing your compassion, and you're growing that trust essentially. So, oh, thank you guys. I keep seeing the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I have a couple things for social. Go on and make sure you're interacting with your followers and following. Hugs and high fives, I call it. That's liking 2 to 3 photos, commenting on 2 to 3. That's going to break up the interaction right there. And that's going to be really great for you, because they're going to come see, hey, who is this person? But the flip side of that, you have to be consistent. You can't just be giving love to people and then they come to your page and it's just like, oh, okay, like, who are you? You haven't posted in 2 weeks. Like, you want to make sure you're telling your story and who you are. Did you say if these apps are on Android? I'm pretty sure they're all on both platforms, Android and iPhone, Alexis. I'm not 100% positive. So sorry, bear with me on that. And, Miranda hit the nail on the head too. She was talking about balance. Like, in life, we don't really have balance, but in the business, you can. You can, in the sense of where you can write out a 6 list for yourself, which I do, something that's personalized to me. So I wake up, I follow people. I do my self-development 10 to 30 minutes every single day. I have audibles, as Tanis is talking, Miranda are talking, I can type them in the chat for you guys. I interact, do those hugs and high fives on Instagram and Facebook every day to get my interaction going, getting people to my page. So now I'm interacting. And when I post, guess what? They're going to see me. They're going to see my story now. I ask 10 to 20 people a day to host a post for me from my friends list. Some people are like, that sounds crazy. But you have to think that a lot of, like, power numbers, not everybody's going to respond to you, right? Or not in that time frame during the day. So I try to get 4 to 5 host a post going a day. If you don't know what that is, we can talk about it in a bit here. I make sure I'm messaging people. Sometimes people say, well, you shouldn't cold message. And it's like, well, you should be talking to new people. You should be messaging people. And what is a blitz? It's technically like a cold message because these people don't know you from Adam. But here's the flip side with cold messaging. It shouldn't be cold. You should never slide into somebody's messenger and say, buy this for me, like the ShamWow guy. what you want to do is be you, be genuine, and send a compliment, a warm message to a cold market. And the thing is, if people are following you, or if they're on Facebook and they're friends with you, they've seen what you're doing if you've posted about it and talked about it and showed your compassion about it. So they're not your cold market, right? So if you're sending a warm message, hey girl, you just seem really awesome. I thought about you. I don't know, like if you've seen what I've been doing, but I'm, working from home. It's been a huge blessing. It's added so much positivity to my life. And I think you'd be really cool to work with. Have you thought about that at all? Or have you seen what I've been up to? I always end in a question mark, right? Because it's going to prompt them to answer the question. Sorry, I'm giving you guys a ton of info and I'm talking really fast.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry. Make sure you're checking your back office like at least once a week, like please, because if not, you're going to get hit with auto ship declines and cancellations come the 25th, and you could easily get like page after page and it can take up a lot of your time. So if you're checking your back office and your report section and downline activity once a week at least in the evening time, like once everything's ran, you should be good to go and you won't get overwhelmed on the 25th if you do have a lot of declines or cancellations. So go ahead and like set that intention and get that habit down pat now, and then teach that to your team as it grows. And then make your 3 to 6 posts a day. I don't really have a set amount that I do a day. I always shoot for 3 to 6 and I just talk life. I go live. I always wake up and post something inspirational. So you guys can, take that and use that too. Find positive quotes on Pinterest, obviously. That's not salesy. It's a positive quote. And then you can kind of feed off of that and write something about it that speaks to you. So that's kind of what I have for you guys.
That's awesome. Thanks, Chels. Some really great tips. One thing I will say, you guys, when I got started, the biggest thing is to be excited, okay? And to be consistent. You do not need to know everything. You guys might not know about all the different color personalities. Some people join and they really need to feel like they need to know everything. Don't feel like you need to know everything. I've been in this business for years now, and I'm still learning things, okay? So don't feel like you need to know everything in order to promote, in order to get customers, in order to be consistent and excited, okay? So whether you're on my downline and Chelsea's or Miranda's, the coolest thing is, you guys, is I know we all have team pages and chats and groups. When I joined, I didn't have that. I had to figure out things on my own. So it's great asking questions, but it's really, really great when you can learn things on your own too. And I always tell people, teach people how to fish, right? We are always going to be here to help you. But as a business owner, if you are a self-starter and you really know what you want and you are not taking quitting off the table and you're going to be consistent and excited and really go for it, you can go all the way with this company. And you don't need to be like a rocket scientist, right? All you need to do is be excited. You need to be likable. You need to be nice. You need to be a nice person, right? So all those things, it's not hard. Our business, I'm not going to say it's easy because, it's not easy to make 5 figures a month, but it's very simple. You have to be really bold, okay? And if you are not confident right away, honestly, that's normal because, you guys, I literally thought I was going to start posting and all my friends would start joining me and all these people would become distributors, but how can I expect that if I watch someone for a year, right? People are watching you, but you have to give them something to watch, okay? So if you're going to post once a week and be like, oh, no one's joining my team, no one's buying products, it's because you're not excited and consistent. But if you're talking about it and you are one of those people, you're just fired up, it doesn't matter. Like, I have lots of girls and guys on my team who, and again, never, compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. That's another big thing I'll always say. It's super important because never ever compare yourself to anyone else in this business because we all have our own journey, okay? It doesn't matter. Maybe you've been in the business and you got 4 customers in your first week. I thought that would be me. I'm a top earner, you guys. It took me my full 30 days to get my shopping spree. But you guys, I also know people who don't get their shopping spree and they're top earners now. So don't worry. Like, it is your goal to get those 5 customers, to get that. It's $150 US, $200 Canadian shopping spree. Because that's your first mini goal. Don't think you need to go ambassador in your first month, okay? I had a couple people in my newbie chat and they were feeling down and frustrated, but they've been in the business for like a week, right? So don't bring yourself down. Don't don't feel bad or discouraged. And I know someone in the chat was saying, that they were feeling bad if someone said no or didn't reply to them. I'll tell you guys right now, I have some top earners on my team. Chelsea ignored me, you guys, for like 6-7 months. So I wanted her on my team. I just kept messaging her. I was like, girl, join me, join me. I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I was so excited when I joined, and I knew I wanted to get distributors. So if you know you want to sign distributors and customers, you have to be actively trying to do that, okay? Don't expect to put up a post and expect all these people to show up at your door and be like, Tannis, I'm ready to join, Like, it doesn't happen like that, okay? So it does require work and effort. Maybe you watch someone, maybe you joined during the $20 kits, or maybe you've been here for a while, but maybe you've really been watching that person for a long time. I'll tell you what, most people watch people, and the girl I actually ended up signing up with wasn't the girl I saw in the business. The girl I was watching, she never messaged me or followed up with me. I am the queen of following up with people. I tell people I want them on my team. Since my first month, I thought about people in my life. Think about 5 people in your life. And you guys, it's a compliment if you ask someone and they ignore you. If someone asked me to be on their team with something, or baseball or something that they were doing, it's a compliment, right? So if you want a friend or someone you went to school with, or think of like a sister or a family member, maybe they'll totally ignore you, but maybe in their mind they really need this, right? But you have to show them, like, the biggest thing, you guys, in this business is like showing people the vision. Because when I saw this, if the girl I watched for a year told me she was making $100 a month, I wouldn't have been excited if she was working that hard for $100 a month, right? But I saw how she was in a low place. She was rock bottom where I was. She had all this debt. She changed her family's life. Well, that really got me excited because she was sharing, and again, in the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I had to be consistent and excited and willing to learn. If you are willing to learn and you are a coachable person, you can do very, very well as a business owner. If you come in, you're like, I know everything. I know what, I'm the queen of the world, I don't need to learn anything. Well, then it's kind of hard to help people like that, right? So if you are coachable and you really want to learn and grow as a person, the sky's the limit in this business. Because I know for me, and I know for a lot of people who join this business, they join because they really need it. If you need the income, or you need the freedom, or you need to pay off debt, or you need it, if you really need this, you will find a way. If you have no why, you'll quit. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't say you'll quit. I don't mean like that, right? But what I am saying, you have to have a big why. So if you are really, really excited and you really want to change your life, or whether it's $500 a month, which is $500 a month is amazing, you guys, or maybe it's you want to quit your job, or, I've had people come and join this business where they just joined for fun and they ended up quitting their jobs and doing this full time. Or I've had people who have done this and they love their jobs, but they wanted an extra on the side, right? So I like what the girls were talking about. Make a decision when you join. Talk to your upline, your leader, your team pages, and say, why did you join? If you don't know why you joined, and you're not going to be consistent, and you're not going to be excited, it's going to be hard to be successful, right? But if you come in and you are a self-starter and you're ready to learn, I have girls who literally come in and they're being consistent from day one. They're excited. A lot of them are on here right now. And then I have girls, you guys, who have been in the business for a year and they don't get on anything, and then they wonder why nothing happens, right? So I will tell you, and again, we're nobody's bosses. No one had to tell me ever to get on anything or to post. I haven't missed one day in over 3 years. And I'm always talking about it. And people have watched me, and people are, really want to know what we're doing, right? But we have to be consistent. I will say that over and over. If you are consistently consistent, you will do well in this business, okay? But whether you need to grow your network or do more, don't just put up a post on Facebook and think you're going to make $10,000 a month, okay? So it's talking to people. Chelsea and Miranda smiled at me. Because wouldn't that be great if we just put up a post on Facebook and someone found it as a $10,000 check, right? It doesn't work like that, right? So you know, if you are really excited, like I said, I'm going to repeat myself, you are consistent, you want to learn, you show up to things, and you don't have to get on everything. Like, I know for me, you guys, I can't go to, my team's so big now, I can't get on every party, every call, but my team knows that I'm always there for them. If they're the type who shows up, I will always show up for them. I don't show up for people if they don't show up for me, right? So if you really need this, it's like with anything in life. You know those people who go to their job and they sit there all day and they hate life and they're just waiting for the clock? And then there's going to be the people who go to work, put in the time, really work hard, and you know, they're just go-getters. It's the same thing in this business. People will either complain or do something, right? So this business, you guys, I won't keep repeating myself, but be consistent, be excited, be ready to learn, because I'll tell you, I didn't know what I was doing, you guys, for the longest time. But in 3.5 months, I got to diamond. I got a $10,000 bonus. I was making $3,500 a month. Well, $3,000, $3,500 a month. And you guys, I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was excited. I was consistent. I was asking questions, and I was able to make that happen, you know? So don't feel like you need to know everything. I know there are a few of you on here who get really frustrated because you think you need to know, hey, if you ask me right now, you guys, what are all the ingredients in a greens product? I can't tell you. I can tell you what the product is and what it does. But, you know, don't feel like you have to know everything, because again, you know, whether someone's a top earner or, you know, they're making thousands of dollars a month, whatever, you don't need to know everything. Like, we're not, I always say rocket scientists. I don't know, scientists. I don't know why I say that. But you don't need to know everything, right? Like, I know Miranda and Chelsea, they'll say the same thing. Like, and Miranda and I, it's funny, like, we became close friends just lately. And like, we tell each other everything now, right? You don't need to know everything. Like, in this business, you can become a top earner. You can get to triple diamond, VIP, and still be a hot mess. Oh, I'm a hot mess all the time, right? So you don't need to know everything, right? So, and that's what's cool. Like, you don't need to be that, just be you. We want you to be you. You don't have to be anyone else but you, but be the best version of you. You don't have to be Miranda or Chelsea or me, okay? You need to be the best. If you guys are on Zooms with me, you'll notice I always mention Sally. Sally's a makeup person that I always just use the name Sally. So Sally wants to be Sally. Sally can be the best version of herself, okay? She can show up every single day. She can be consistent. She can be a true business owner, or she cannot, okay? So be like Sally, okay? Show up, be excited, be consistent, be willing to learn. And again, you guys, your goal every month is a step to success, okay? I'm not a huge recruiter. I help my team. I grow my business. I do bring in distributors and customers, but again, it's not my first month in the business, right? So I've had people who've been watching me forever. I have girls and guys who are joining my team after watching me for 2 years now. I have a girl on my team, you guys, who I followed up with for a year, and now she's almost a top 10 income earner, right? And she just kept ignoring me. And then she tried some products, and you know, so, and then I have customers who I have so many customers who become distributors. So the cool thing is, you guys, if you are willing to grow and you are willing to learn, and it's normal to feel frustrated. Some days I'm frustrated. I'm human, right? I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I always have my phone going off, as you can see, a million times. That's just messages in the past, like 2 minutes. It's normal, right? So personal development, and, you know, and we're not trained to be like that. We're not trained to wake up every morning and do personal development and work on ourselves, right? But as a business owner, it's super important to stay close to those positive people. Get rid of negative people in your life. I had to do that too. That's one thing. Another thing I'll really recommend you guys, if you have those negative Debbie Downer friends in your life that are just miserable and complain about everything, stay away from those people. Surround yourself around people who are going places, who have goals, who have dreams, and they really have big plans in their life, because you become the person you surround yourself with. You know, the 5 people you surround yourself with, right? Does anyone have any questions so far? I know I kind of repeated myself a lot there, but honestly, there is no secret sauce with this. It's being excited. It's being consistent. It's failing. It's doing amazing. It's having a wonderful day. You guys see that thing, how success looks? It looks like that. That's how it looks, right? I posted on my team page, you guys, today. I'm going to read this to you guys. And then if anyone has any other questions, or we won't keep you guys on here forever. This was a really good one. So there is no secret. I simply showed the plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no, and only 300 signed up. Out of those 300, only 85 did anything at all. Out of those 85, only 35 were serious. And out of those 35, 11 made me a multi-millionaire, Bill Gates, okay? Same thing with the Facebook guy. Same thing with the Starbucks guy. People are going to think you guys are crazy. I've had people who think I'm crazy, but did they go from a broke person to almost a millionaire in 3.5 years? No, right? So don't take people's opinions to heart. If someone's negative towards you about anything in your life, honestly, just laugh it off. I know it can hurt sometimes. I've been hurt by people, or people make a comment on something. People just don't know what they don't know. And it's them, it's not you. Oh my gosh, Chelsea, Miranda, we've had negative people, right? Like, you can't let anything get to you, right? And it's normal because we are human. But honestly, just dust that stuff off. Get a little dust off your shoulder. Yeah, exactly, because they don't have the same goals as you. And people get worried, right? People are getting worried because Sally, I use Sally again, Sally's actually doing something with her life. And her family and friends are like, oh my gosh, like, they're feeling threatened because she's actually going to go change her life and do something. I always talk about Sally, you guys, so. But it's so true, you guys. I just want you guys to know that any of you guys can get to where we are. Maybe your goal is to make $500 a month and go Ruby. Anyone can go Ruby. Anyone can do it. If you can go Ruby, you can go all the way to Ambassador. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. You guys were August 2nd, and I always love months that have 31 days. It just always excites me having 31. That extra day, those extra days, right? But so we just really want you to know, oh, exactly, the person who, Christina, you know, the person I signed up with, honestly, she never talked to me again. She never really worked the business again, and I had to figure it out, right? So don't ever worry about what your uplines are doing or your side. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's good to be friends with people. It's good to surround yourself around people who have the same goals and dreams as you, and to just keep pushing. And again, we have people who are rocking it, making $300-500 a month, and then we have people who want to make thousands a month and quit their job. So whatever it is. Does anyone have any questions for Miranda or Chelsea or I? We kind of wanted to keep this under an hour because otherwise I'll just keep talking about Sally and I always talk about Sally, Miranda.
You crack me up. This is the first I've heard about Sally.
I always talk about Sally, and if there's a Sally on here, I really want to meet you. I just make up Sally. I love Sally. See, Heather loves Sally. But it's true, you guys. Anyone can do this business. You can be a high school dropout, or you can be a doctor or a lawyer, or work at whatever you do. Anyone can do this business if they are willing. There's someone messaged me their new name, Sally. Awesome. My name's Sally too. So again, anyone can do this. Any single person can do this. The people who are all in the top in the company, they're all different walks of life. That's one thing I really saw when I went to my first event, and I sat there and I was like, holy crap, like these people are all just normal people who have completely changed their lives, and they all have the same thing in common. What they had in common is that they were really, really ready to make a change. I joined this business, you guys. I was so rock bottom. We were in so much debt. And if you really, really need this, you will find a way. Yay! Cindy loves Sally too. See, everybody loves Sally.
Such a good song. Such a good song.
Sally's great. So if you need this and you are that person who is quitting off the table, honestly, work with your leader and if your leader's not in the business anymore, work with the next person because we want to help you succeed. Like, you guys, even like Miranda and I aren't even on the same team. We were up last night. We said we were going to bed, and we were up to I was up to 3 in the morning talking about that. I was supposed to be.
And I was supposed to be sleeping.
We were both.
You guys, I would love to share. I'm from a town of 3,000, moved away, teen mom, 50 Facebook friends, and I went Ruby in 2 weeks.
Oh
so it really just boiled down to talking to anyone and everyone, being excited and pumped up. I invited people up, like my best friend and some other people. I'm like, hey, come over. I got something to tell you. And
That's
then my lab
amazing.
results were so good. Like, it was just like, I was so pumped up. Right. So simplify.
And you had no
guys.
idea what you were doing, but you were excited, right?
Right.
Exactly. That's the thing, you guys. And I love that you just said that because, first of all, that's a big deal. Ruby in 2 weeks. That's a big deal. Wow. I applaud you. But it's so true, though. Anyone can do it. Like, I have girls who've been in the business for a year, and they're like, oh, I should do a party. Well, yeah, I was doing parties in my first month, right? So it's all up to the person, okay? You do not have to get on a Zoom, or you don't have to post on Facebook. You don't have to do anything. But if you want to do those things and you are really ready, and another thing that Chelsea or Miranda said, I forget, if something isn't working for you, change what you're doing, okay? That's one thing I will always say. Because Miranda, you work your whole business on social media now, right? So how many friends do you have on social media now?
Well, I just went on a deleting spree. I did max to my 5,000. I have 3,000 right now.
Wow.
But I like kind of what you said with the whole Debbie Downers. I don't take it. Like, I have probably the biggest blocked list anyone ever has. Like, it's big, like it's huge because I just don't have time. Like, my baby's happiness means everything, and you don't pay my bills. And if there's even a sliver of something, you're blocked. Like, I'm goodbye. Like, and and now, just for the record, like, I just retired from a 15-year career, 2 college degrees, but this is my heart. Like, so this is possible. You guys, I'm a full-blown introvert. I don't leave my house, like, ever. So it's possible. So it's definitely possible for the shy, quiet ones too. It's just that I was really excited about something. We were on the brink of bankruptcy. Like, my marriage wasn't doing so hot, and it's one of those things, like, when you hit rock bottom, you hit rock bottom, right? There's only way going up. And yeah, I had haters, but haters don't pay the bills. You better bet they're quiet right now. So just keep going. And just for the record, I got really bad advice in the beginning. I was told to message a 2-page essay to, like, everyone in my phone list.
Oh my God.
I had 2 people respond, and one was asking if I got hacked. So, I mean, and I still went Ruby in the 2 weeks. So it's possible,
Oh my gosh. Can I add something really quick?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So Daisy was asking, people say they want to try it later. So if somebody is like, well, I can't try it right now, or it's not a good time, just get a date from them. Just be like, yeah, girl, like, I'll put you in my book and I'll save the discount for you. When is going to be a good time to follow up with you or touch base with you? And leave that as a question, right? And then they're going to respond to you. They could say payday, or they could say a month from now, or they could say 5 years from now, whatever it is. Just stay consistent with following up. But following up, you should be growing the relationship in every follow-up. Don't just be like, hey, you're going to order today? Hey, are you going to do this today? Like, you're going to,
Yeah, be people's friend, right? Like, and I love that Chelsea said follow up, because what if I didn't follow up with Chelsea, I wouldn't have all these amazing girls on our team who are underneath Chelsea. And I mean, some of my closest friends in the business are people I never even knew before. Like, that's the coolest thing about this business, you guys. Like, you could come in through someone, and if maybe the person you join with doesn't work the business, that was me. I mean, I have met some of my greatest friends and people in this business. A lot of them are on my team. A lot of them are sidelines. I mean, like Miranda, we know everything about each other now. We just met each other like a month ago. But it's so cool how this business, you guys are never alone. And it's so cool when you have those people who want to help you, because I will help anyone. I mean, obviously my team is my first priority, but if I have sidelines and friends who have a question, they want to message me, I'm all for it, because I'm all one team, one mission, and we're all about helping each other. And it's so cool when you can help other people, and it helps you too, right? I mean, we all have bad days. I mean, I was chatting with a couple of my girls. I was rushing home because I went out for dinner with some old friends, and those friends are so proud of me, you guys, in this business. And then I have people who have joined my business or have taken off in the business, and it really doesn't. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Don't be that person, Morelli. Yeah, but I want you guys to know, again, anyone can do this business. Don't think you need to look a certain way, be a certain way, do your business a certain way. You know, if you're a rock star in social media, that's amazing. I have girls on my team who love doing parties and vendor events. That's amazing. But if you're going to focus on one area, make sure you know what you're doing, okay? And it's all just learning. It's all just learning. Like Miranda had 50 people, you guys, on Facebook, right? So, and there's someone on the team who I tell him, is it him or her? I forget what I was even talking about, but I tell this person, if something isn't working for you, change up what you're doing. Change up what you're doing. It will also keep you excited, right? I love doing one-on-ones and meeting up with people and wrapping people and sending people samples. And another thing, you guys, run your auto ship. It is so important because if you join your business and I get it, for $20, it's amazing. I have had people who joined last year during a sale and have taken off and have done amazing. I totally get it. But you will take your business more serious if you are falling in love with the product, if you are giving out samples, if you are really investing into your business. If you're not investing into your business, it's easy just to not do it. It's kind of like getting a free gym membership. If you get a free gym membership, you don't really need to go. But if you're paying for it and it's coming off your credit card every month, you're going to go there, or you might not go there like me too. But that was a bad example, but you know what I'm saying, right? I like to say that this business is like a gym membership. And I used to manage a bunch of gyms, you guys. I used to work so hard for someone else and make him all this money. Well, I got crap pay. Well, I kept going more and more in debt. A new mom. We were 70K in debt. My marriage was falling apart. Like, it was terrible, you guys, right? But I decided to change what I was doing in my life. I decided that I didn't want to live that way anymore. So when you make a decision that you really want something and you really need something, I'm telling you, you guys can all become top earners in a year from now. Like, I'm telling you, it's very, very possible. You guys, by the time I got to my 9th month, I still really had no idea what I was doing. I really had no idea what I was doing. But I was asking questions. I was excited. I was consistent. And then by my 8th or 9th month, I started making 5 figures, okay? So you do not need to know everything, but you do need to show up. You do need to, if you expect your team to show up, your future team, you might not have a customer or distributor yet, and that's okay. Just if you want to go Ruby or Diamond, it doesn't matter what you are right now, but if you are already acting and working like that Diamond leader or that whatever you want to be, you're totally going to get there. You're totally going to make it happen. You can't expect not to do anything. I had someone on my team and they're like, I want to go Diamond. Everybody wants to go Diamond or go Ambassador or go Triple or whatever, right? But you might not even know what all those ranks mean, because I really didn't know what any of those meant either, right? But decide what income you want, and then talk to your leader, talk to your team, and if you are willing, you don't need to work this a million hours a day. There's a girl who just went Triple Diamond, which is like $10,000 a month, you guys, and she works her business like 20, 30 minutes a day. I don't know who she is. I just saw a promotion. I forget. She works full time, has kids. It's just taking the excuses off the table. If you're not good at signing up customers or distributors, you can change that. I have seen girls on my team do it, and guys, sorry. But just change what you're doing, change what you're saying. And remember, if you just join in your first couple months, it's okay. Don't expect to be where we are, right? So that's what I always say to people, because I see people in my newbie chat and they're like, oh, I'm discouraged, I'm frustrated. I'm like, no, don't be, right? It's like learning how to walk, or it's like learning how to ride a bike. Don't be discouraged or frustrated, because we all started the exact same way.
So one thing to tie into that, all of you guys should be, because there's a lot of newbies on here. That's kind of the point, right? You're about to get a business kit that comes to your mail, right? Yeah. I'm so thankful the shipping is a lot faster than it used to be. But please know that your supplies is worth money. A lot of people have the auto shipment as a worry, and I get that, because I was petrified of it. Sell some of the wraps. Like, maybe use one of the wraps for yourself, but the rest are worth $75, right? There's 4 of them. They're each worth $25. Go sell some, but that's really how I skyrocketed so fast, was that I used my own stuff. So if you're auto shipment or whatever, and if you're not using your business supplies or whatever, and if you don't have any results, it's going to be really difficult to be a salesman, right? But become a shares person, where you're actually just sharing your own pictures and excited. If my best friend is showing me something, her cool purse or her cool shoes or something. I'm like, oh shoot, I need those. It's the same idea. It's just with this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important to have that auto shipment on. The minute that somebody, I'm going to be honest, like the minute that somebody in my downline turns off their auto shipment, I basically kind of check out a little bit, because it's like, okay, well, there's no way you're going to be working against the grain, not using your stuff and trying to sell it. Like it's just going to go like this. But keep it simple. You know, your supplies is worth money. Sell it. Put that money aside for your next month's auto shipment so you don't have it as a worry. Or simply sign up one distributor and get a fast start bonus. So it's as simple as that. And I mean, you guys, it's all a tax write-off too, just so you all know.
You know what,
we're paid for this.
Yeah, and I love that you said that, because you guys, you can get fast start bonuses. I have a new goal. I told my husband, we just bought a new house. We just bought like our forever home, maybe. Like, we're super excited, but I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, this is kind of scary. But I'm always like, if you're gonna be risky and you just want to go for it, and that's how you gotta live life to get anywhere, right? I don't want to play it safe anymore. And you know what? So we bought our house, and I was like, oh my gosh, this was a lot of money. But I was like, you know what? My goal every month now is to sign up at least 10 distributors, okay? And then when they all get faster, that's 144 Canadian. So that's 144 times 10. That's $1,400. I had to put that in I couldn't figure that out, you guys. So, and I'm a top earner, and I just had to type that into my phone. So there you go. You don't need to know math, right? So that's an extra $1,400 a month, and that's not on my commissions or anything. Just imagine if you sign up 3 distributors a month and you help them all get rocking in their business, that's an extra amazing amount of money for you, and that's not even your commissions, right? So we get paid so very well, and a lot of you guys probably just don't know all the ways too, but I really took advantage of that, especially when I started. I was wrapping people. I was doing one-on-ones. I always ran my auto ship, and I understand some people can't, and I totally understand that, because I've been there and I totally get that. Just the thing is, once you can start doing it and, you know, really like selling wraps and really like hustling it, like when you start getting the income from, I haven't wrapped anyone for maybe a couple weeks. I was doing it like every single week, and I was doing parties, and I was doing one-on-ones, and I was doing social media, and my business like really took off, right? But and it got me excited. When you wrap someone or you do a party, you get excited, right? So don't just sit back and wait for things to happen. Really be that self-starter. Be like Sally, because Sally would go do that. Does anyone have any questions? Because I know we're at about an hour right now. But I will say, you guys, like if you are that person, you really need this, you really want this, nothing will stop you. But if you're that person, oh, I can't get on the Zoom. Oh, I can't do a party because I've only been in the business for a year. Oh, I can't do this. It's not at a good time. Okay, you guys, nothing is ever going to be a good time, right? Like, I rush out of if I say I'm going to be somewhere or do something, I do it. I'm just that type of person. And if you are ready to just rock and, you know, rock your business and rock your life, just take excuses off the table. Because we can all make excuses. I mean, we all can. We all do. I mean, I make excuses. I was supposed to eat healthy today, and I had some cake at dinner. Whatever. Whatever. It was good cake, and I shared it with 3 of my friends. But you know what? Just make a decision what you want with this business. That's all I got to say. Because you don't need to be a certain way or know everything. There's a girl, you guys, who's in the top 4, or I think Jade's number 3 now, and she doesn't know so many things about like the reports and a lot of things. Like there's some people who know everything, and then there's some people who are like in the top 10, and they just get there because they're excited and they're just hustling and they're working hard, but they don't need to know everything. They might have to type in what 10 times 144 is. That might be them. Okay, so. And I don't think I'm a stupid person. I'm a smart person. But I'm also I'm a go-getter. I've always been a go-getter. So if you are a go-getter and you want to make $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, it doesn't matter. You can do it. Anyone can do it, but not everybody will. It's all up to the person. And work with your team, whether that's Miranda, Chelsea, myself, whoever your leaders are, and we want to help you really rock your business. Heck, I want my entire team to get to, you know, where we all are, right? So if anyone has any other questions, or you can ask on the team page, I will post up the recording right away. And yeah, this was fun tonight, you guys. Like, again, I like how the girls, we just keep it simple. You don't need to be, you know everything to do this business, but you do have to take daily action, whether it's 20 minutes a day, or if your goal is to go diamond and up and you want to start doing parties, one-on-ones, but you don't need to know everything. You have a calculator on your phone. You don't need to know everything. Everybody has a smartphone, right? And if you don't, I know some girls on mine who are struggling with like their cell phones, and I get it, you guys. I totally get it, what it's like to struggle, okay? So use that as your motivation to get out of the situation that you're in. If your situation sucks, work hard, and you can do so well. Suri is asking me.
Don't forget to keep your receipts, guys. Like, everything that you're doing is a tax write-off. Your business kit's a tax write-off. I hope you guys know that. Like, keep those receipts.
Yeah.
You know, anything that you do, your $20 website fee, tax write-off, because it's your business. It's for work. So
your products, everything you buy.
Everything.
I do contests with my team. I write everything off. Hey, if I can help my team do well and buy stuff and like promote them and help them with their business, I can write it off. It's a win-win for everybody. I want to see my team win. I always have, and I will always be there for my team, and I will always be there for people who really need this and want this. But again, if you have people who don't really care, just move on, because there's always people who do care.
Yeah.
That's another thing, you guys. Because imagine I have tons of distributors on my team. Imagine if all of them worked. They don't, right? Just like Bill Gates, he didn't need all those people, you guys. He just needed the ones that wanted to run with him. Same with what's Zuckerberg? Mark Zuckerberg. He's doing okay too. He figured it out. All right, you guys. Thank you, Miranda and Chelsea, so much. We really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. I'll have this recording up right away. Miranda, if you ever want to join us, Mondays and Wednesday nights we do online parties, and we're going to be doing Zooms typically on Thursdays. Miranda, if you want to come over and hang out in Canada, you're welcome to come over.
Come all the way to Canada?
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome to come over.
One day.
I am friendly. Everyone's welcome to my new house, and I'm moving. And I'm actually going to see Chelsea back to Florida so I can get sick again, and then move home, and then move, and then it's month end. It's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, thank you for everyone. Thank you for this. This was fun. I don't do too much with the Sideline Sisters. It was good.
So good.
Thanks for being on, everybody. To decide tonight, quitting is off the table.
Yes.
Decide
Decide you're going to be like Sally. Be like Sally.
All right,
Bye,
guys. We love
guys.
you. Have a good night. Thanks for being on.